All right. Good evening, everyone. It is Monday, August 25th, 2025. It's 6:02 p.m. I'm going to call this special meeting of the Holyoke City Council to order. We are being recorded live from the City Council chambers here at City Hall. And we don't have a clerk, so you guys get me. So I'm going to take the roll call for attendance. Councilor Anderson Burgos?
Here.
Councilor Bartley? Councilor DEVINE? Here. Councilor Givner?
Here.
Councilor Graney?
Here.
Councilor Jordan?
Here.
Councilor McGrath-Smith?
Here.
Councilor Murphy-Ramboletti is here. Councilor Ocasio?
Here.
Councilor Israel Rivera? Councilor Jenny Rivera?
Here.
Councilor Sullivan? And Councilor Aiken.
Here.
Thank you. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless America.
And the City Council.
Great. We are also, this meeting is being translated in Spanish, so no, it's not. I lied. That was a lie. Not tonight. And because we do have folks on Zoom, I would entertain a motion to take a roll call vote that for the purposes of this meeting would be applicable to all motions to receive, to refer items to committee, remove items from the table, place items on the table, package items together, comply with items, or suspend the rules unless there is an objection.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. The purpose of tonight's special meeting, it's a short one. And we are joined by our mayor and our director of the DPW, and our engineer, Victoria Houle, and our attorney, Attorney Bissonette. So I will entertain, do you want to take these as a?
Could 1 and 2 be packaged together?
That
Or
sounds
those
lovely.
Make a motion to package
Second.
item 1 and 2 together.
Second.
Motion to suspend the rules and package items 1 and 2 together. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to pass the first reading on these 2 items.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to pass the first reading. Welcome, Councilor Bartley. I am going to just read 1 and 2 into the record, please. 1 is filed by Councilor DEVINE, ordered that in accordance with M.G.L. Chapter 44, Section 35 or 53A, that the City Council hereby accept the provisions of the Workplace Safety and Education 2,500 no match grant and authorizes the establishment of a fund. And item 2 is filed by Councilor DEVINE, ordered that the amount of 2,500 be authorized from the Department of Public Works, Admin, Education, and Training appropriation in fiscal year 2026 for services rendered in fiscal year 2025, which were unencumbered at the 2025 fiscal year end. Councilor DEVINE?
Yes, we also have Mary Monahan here from the DPW and as well as the mayor. What I can tell you is you do have it on your desk. It was an award that was granted to the DPW, awarded a workplace safety and education grant in the amount of $2,500. This is an initiative that provides Massachusetts companies with financial assistance for the prevention of occupational injury, illness, and death in the workplace. And that was for $2,500. And for some reason, perhaps with staff turnover or whatever, never made it to the finance committee, and that in turn never made it to the city council. So I don't know if Mary Monahan or the mayor want to add anything to it or any other city councilors, but I would say that we accept this grant,
Yep.
late as it may be.
Councilor Bartley?
Yeah, I would definitely want to accept it. It makes a lot of sense. It's going to help the city. It's dated in November, but I know there's some turnover at DPW. Fortunately, some people stepped up to help out with what's going on, so let's just accept the grant and move on.
Love that. Counselor Jordan?
Just to maybe Mary could just say something very brief about what she's going to do with the 2,500. Is there a workplace safety initiative or something?
Sure.
You want to just share with us, Mary? Thank you.
Come on up.
I think I'm on. Okay.
Yes.
So yes, thanks for that opportunity. So we actually did something with it because this grant, the funds were already processed through the finance operations and everything back in November, December. So in May, the city contracted with a consultant to do that OSHA training. And we actually have another grant in the wings right now for this year's OSHA training. So this got brought to our attention when the invoice was submitted to pay the contractor, which is why you see the $2,500 as a payment from a previous fiscal year. And it also got brought to our attention because the state's holding up the award of the next grant until they see the approval from City Council.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments? All right, so the motion was to pass the first reading. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to pass the second reading.
Second.
Oh, Izzy has also joined us. Thank you, Counselor. I just got thrown off. Motion passes second reading.
All in favor?
Tessa will call the roll. And Counselor Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Counselor Bartley,
Yes.
Counselor Devine,
Yes.
Givner,
Yes.
Greenie,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti, yes. Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera,
Yes.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
Sullivan's not here, Bacon.
Yes.
Okay, unanimous vote. With that, you've passed 1 and 2. So that just leaves,
Motion to take item 3 off the table?
Second.
motion's been made and seconded to take item 3 off the table. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
3 is also filed by Counselor Devine, ordered that in accordance with M.G.L. Chapter 44, Section 53A, the City Council hereby accept the provisions of the Wisteriahurst retaining wall remediation, $75,000 in-kind match, and authorizes the mayor to execute the contract for said grant. Counselor Devine?
Motion to pass a second reading?
First reading.
First reading, okay.
First reading.
Motion's been
You were doing
made
the
and
first.
seconded to pass the first reading. Under discussion, is there anything you want to add?
This is something that a lot of us have been waiting for every time we go by Pine Street and see that the wall still needs to be done. And this is a grant for $75,000, and the description of the work, current proposed scope of grant-assisted work in the tower includes removing falling masonry and removing iron railings, installing new footings, rebuilding the stone wall, restoring iron railings, and reinstalling iron railings with new supports.
Okay, thank you. I see Counselor McGrath Smith has her hand up.
Thank you. My question was just, and I'm not sure if it's Megan Seiler or the DPW Interim Director Mary Monahan, is this in-kind match for the CPA project, or is this an in-kind match for the next section? When it came to CPA last, the understanding was it was just that one section on Pine Street. We were wondering if it was extending, or is this in order to make that piece actually cross the finish line?
Mary?
And that's a good question, and that's why I've invited the Assistant City Engineer, Victoria Houle, to be on this call, because she's been working closely on this project actually for several years. So
Great.
if the council can recognize Victoria.
Yeah, Victoria, thank you for being here.
Hi. Thank you. The mass was originally asked for from Mass Historic Commission for the first third of the walls to match the original CPA grant. Is the short answer, which is that also seems to have fallen through the cracks at the time it was originally signed, and now we're ready. The project itself has been hard to get bids on, so it went out to bid a number of times. Now we applied for some supplemental CDBG funding, and now with them combined in the fourth bid round, we can do the entire wall. So I just want to, it doesn't separate out that one section.
Did that answer your question, Counselor?
Just to clarify, so when you mean the entire wall, you mean just the entire Pine Street side, not all of the other sections that need to be done eventually?
Correct, just the Pine Street side.
Thank you.
Okay. Counselor Bartley?
Yeah, I would just, yeah, I certainly want to accept this. I'm glad we've caught it. I noticed it was dated 2 fiscal years ago.
Sure. So
Well, I guess I would just like to see what, when we say fall through the cracks, this is dated June 20th, 2024, which is fiscal 24. We're now in fiscal 26. So I'm just kind of curious as to, I'm grateful we have it, and I do see if you look at the budget, Madam President, you'll see the state share, the grantee share, total project cost 150, then you see the overall project cost estimate 364. So I guess I want to understand what I'm missing with that aspect, but what happened between June of 24 and now August of 25? How did this fall through the cracks?
Sure. Do you want me to?
Maybe Victoria knows.
Victoria, is that something you're able to answer?
Sure. I think the policy for how things are brought is not necessarily widely known. So I know at the time of the initial signing of the contract, something happened. I mean, this is piecing together other people's emails in order to figure it out, but it just doesn't happen the way Holyoke has the procedures happening. I don't know. So it just truly was not forwarded. I discovered it when I went to enter a purchase order. I couldn't get a purchase order because I didn't have an account number. I didn't have an account number because it wasn't accepted, and that's when I found out. So,
Counselor?
Yeah, Victoria, yeah, no worries. I'm just glad you caught it. Doesn't really matter. But just going forward, I'm sure you're going to put controls in place, because we hear a lot about controls and all that.
We
So
will.
you put controls in place to just make sure it doesn't, we do tighten it up a little bit down the road, right?
everything I learned like this is then, yes,
Thanks.
a
Thank you.
lesson that is now something to
Thank
be
you.
learned from.
And then just on the variance there, Victoria, between the 150 and the 3, I'm sorry, the 364, what am I missing? On
I think
attachment B?
again, some of this, yeah, the project does predate me a little bit, but it's, originally they thought they could do a third of the wall, and that cost estimate alone was $364,000. They got about $264 from CPA. Then they asked for 100 from Mass Historic. I thought it ended up being 75 at the end. It was difficult to bid on just that 1/3 of the wall, and then we went and got more CDBG funds to help supplement the wall, and now favorable bidding finally came in. So I think those numbers reflect sort of what the project was a long time ago. In that time, Mass Historic has been aware of all of the changes. He's ready to meet me. They're meeting me on the 28th to finalize the stuff. So between now and then, I'll get the contract going. But the Mass Historic is aware of the changes of the project itself. But that's probably why those numbers don't
Victoria,
line up with what we have now.
So Victoria, you'll send us to the council president a communication with kind of the final status?
So I could give a summary of what the final funding is, yes.
Okay. I also wanted to just recognize that we have been joined by Megan from Wasirihurst, the director. I don't know, Megan, if you've been listening, if there's anything you wanted to add, or if you're just here for support.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think Victoria handled it. The original project was supposed to be a smaller portion of the wall, and due to the fact that no one was bidding on the project as is, we had to really think about redoing the entire wall, which then fell in another section. So it's just, that's the discrepancy between the numbers and why I originally went for CPA money and then for a lower amount. But thank you.
Thank you. And I see Councilor McGrath-Smith.
Yeah, I was just looking back through the contract, thank you, and it looked like it was not fully signed and, moved as a grant agreement until the 24th of July of 2024. So, we're a bit more than a year out, and I know that it's gone through some trials and tribulations in figuring out how to bid it correctly, which is, as anyone in this room knows, it's not the only thing that sort of went through a complications in bidding over the last few months as we transitioned to not having a city engineer, and then finally, finding our way towards having a new DPW director and then an interim director. There's been some transitions there that have caused that. But I'm glad to see that the project is moving forward, and I'm glad to see that we have this match, and I'm happy to support it.
Thank you. Councilor Greeny?
Yeah, I think everything is fixed, so let's move the question, okay?
Sounds good to me. So on the motion to pass the first reading, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
To pass the second reading.
Second.
Motion to pass the second reading. The Tessa will call the roll. Anderson Burgos?
Yes.
Bartley?
Yes.
Devine?
Yes.
Givner?
Yes.
Greeny?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
McGrath Smith?
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti, yes. Ocasio?
Yes.
Israel Rivera?
Yes.
Jenny Rivera?
Yes.
And Bacon.
Yes.
All right, with that, you have unanimously passed.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Have a good night.
Have a great night. So good to see you all.
Take care.